Are quiz funnels still in vogue? Well, I think from my experience, I've seen that they still work. A quiz is a great way to educate your funnel about a problem. It's a great way to self-select themselves to get in front of you or your sales team. And I want to share with you a quiz that I'm still using that has helped generate over $90,000 in sales for my company as of like 2 years ago. And then I'm also going to share with you the lessons that we've learned along the way after keep using these quiz funnels and what it looks like now today. So I was having a friendly conversation with a good buddy of mine named Nico Johnson of Suncast Media. Nico's a really generous guy, and he was wondering about implementing a funnel himself. So essentially, funnels are good whether it's B2B, B2C. And it's an amazing way to basically get someone to say, let me take this assessment quiz that I've created that will help you answer this big question. Only you can know what that question is. You probably know your audience, your market better than anyone else. You may not be thinking, though, in terms of what their questions are. I actually recently just did this experiment where I spent a lot more time on LinkedIn talking with people in my audience and basically learning the questions that and how they're asking it. And whatever that question is potentially something that you could be answering. For example, a quiz that I made a long time ago was, are certifications worth it? Because a lot of people in my market ask me that question of, should I get this certificate? Should I go do this program? Should I take this course, this test, whatever it is? So I made a quiz that answers that question, and we had hundreds of people fill it out. But the quiz that I want to show you in particular is one that's called, What Pharmacy Jobs Am I Qualified For? So some context around this quiz. What's so frustrating to me that I'm no longer tolerating in my life is my creative nature and forgetfulness. So it has been my MO to create things and to completely forget that I ever created it. I'm done doing that now. But back in 2023, I created this very quiz that has over, let's see here, for the big picture, over 780 submissions. And from those 780 submissions, we received over 20 sales just from this quiz. And I created it, and it answered a question, and it even really didn't do that very good of a job. And then I totally forgot about it. I didn't look at the results. I didn't look to see where my sales were coming from back then. And I never addressed it until just a few months ago when we were evaluating our results, how we've been doing as a company, and where our sales have come from. And I saw this quiz. So let me transfer over and I'll show you what it looks like. So if you look here at the big picture, you'll see that this has almost 1,400 views and 780 completions. So a completion rate of almost 80%. That's a highly engaged lead. This is a great quiz because of the people who start, 80% of them are going to complete it. Ooh, hot diggity dog. But you can see here that it took them quite some time to do so. The reason why I love Typeform for this stuff, because it tracks these things. And I asked questions to get them in the mind of like, okay, what's your story? Where are you at? What are you thinking about? And I got a bunch of information. And at the end of the day, I received a bunch of emails. And from those emails, from answering this question and then providing them with career paths, the funny thing is that this quiz is not specific. Like, we gave them very general information. Like, okay, here's your experience. Here's what we think what you could go do. And we just said, you could consider this career path or this thing or this thing or this thing. And we didn't provide any more information. We didn't follow up to like engage them at all or think, hey, what did you think about this career path? It was just like, here you go. Here's some info. And that's it. And from these 780 people, we invited them to take a call with our sales team to learn more about what it would be like to work with a coach to help them transition into one of these roles. On top of that, we took these insights that I didn't view until almost a year and a half later, and we just launched a brand new quiz, but we streamlined it. We got rid of a few questions. So you can see here, like the time to complete is much, much lower than when it started. And we literally just emailed this quiz out last week. You can see that the completion rate is almost 15% lower. But I think the main reason for that is because the reason why the other one was higher is because people come back to it, right? People start a quiz, but then they don't do it. They don't finish it. And the thing that I really enjoy about Typeform is that it will show you where the drop-off happens. So as in the example for this one, the biggest drop-off we have is at the very end. This is a new thing that I did because in the previous one, we did not ask them to share their email address with us. That's not true. We did. Well, there's something for me to learn. See, now, not sure why that is. We got to look into it. Perhaps it's the wording. But just to show things here, so 460 views, 250 submissions. So potentially for my business, this is another 250 potential leads of people that are engaging with our content, are asking the questions that are really our target market is asking. And it gives us an opportunity to say, hey, you filled out this quiz. What'd you think? Where are you at? Do you want to take the next step? Do you want to keep working by yourself on this? Or do you want to work with a professional, which is the fast track to getting the results you want? I love quizzes. It's so... The other cool thing that really scratches my brain, scratches my itch, is that there's an academic component to this. In another life, I probably would have gotten a PhD, if not been like a professor at a college of pharmacy. And my analytical brain wants to analyze these questions and dig deeper and find out newer insights and even share these insights as marketing material. As I forgot who said it, but someone in marketing once said, promote your sawdust. So the concept is that, you, as a master craftsman, you create amazing content and amazing things, but don't give your best info away. Don't give your intellectual property away. Instead, share the byproduct, the sawdust. Because someone someday, many years ago, a furniture creator was like, we make all the sawdust and we don't make any money from it. What do we do with it? Well, they began making particle board, or they sold it for fire starters. So in the same way, I can take this information now and I can use it in my marketing material. I can look at some of the insights from the summary here, and I can begin using that as really interesting content to further the conversation about who are these people, what's their background, what is their interests, and yeah, I don't know, I really like it. It's very cool. So anyways, that is our quiz funnel. After this, they get an invite to book a call with us. They will receive more information in automated email sequence that talks about like, okay, if you want to transition, here's what you need to do. So with that, we're very excited to see what happens next for these leads. If I just do the calculation very quickly in my head, just this email promotion alone should create a bunch of bookings, but then approximately another 30 to 40 grand in sales. That's not even accounting the fact that I have a new sales team that are closing at a higher rate than my previous team members. So it's a rough estimate, but I think that quizzes are worth it, and I hope that this inspires you to consider creating one as well. Thanks for watching this video. I hope it was helpful, and until I see you in the next one, take care.